life as a trucker's wife, and we are in Arkansas on our way to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, delivering a load of cheesecake. We just got back on the road. We were actually on the road about 1 o'clock this morning, but we had to stop because we went, there was a band of red on the radar, and so it was raining really hard, and the wind speeds were up to like 60. So the more I'm out here, the more I'm realizing that truckers need to kind of be jack of all trades and know a little about a lot of things. They kind of need to be mathematicians, with their clocks and mileage, and they need to know about geography, because they need to know where the hell they're going. And obstacles, and how to figure out the grades and all that kind of stuff, and how to deal with the truck going up and down the grades, and weather. They need to be a weatherman or weatherwoman, amateur meteorologist, whatever. But once we got back on the road, we saw some of these people that didn't pay any attention to the radar, or they tried to beat they tried to beat the storms, I guess. I don't know. Well, there were several of them. There were several bands of red that came through. It just kept coming. And as you can see, the sky is still kind of gray. But the other thing that I've learned is that there's a lot of tools on the internet that are out there, and if you have somebody that's with you on the road, it's actually kind of you can actually utilize that other person to help you while you're driving. When we were in Wyoming, I was actually on the internet looking at the wind speeds and looking at DOT in Wyoming to check the passes and check the wind and check the sisters and check Laramie and all that kind of stuff to make sure that it was going to be okay for him to go up, to make sure that the snow wasn't going to be an issue, and the ice wasn't going to be an issue, and that kind of stuff. Because the wind speeds were actually gusting up pretty good the night that we were driving and stuff. So there are a lot of tools out there. There's one website that that you can actually put in a location. Let me see what it is. I think it's Windy something. Wind Alert is what it's called. Wind Alert. And you can actually put in the city, and you can see what it's windalert.com. And if you go to the wind list, you can actually look at the graphs to see what the gusts are versus what the predictions are, and the direction of the wind speeds and that kind of stuff. It's actually kind of cool to look at it. You lost it. Sorry, he's showing me another tool. Highway weather. that one's an app.
Put your start and end location. It tells you.
I showed you that one.
You sure did, but you haven't talked about it.
You put in your start and end location, and it tells you any issues along your route.
Based on what time it anticipates you'll be there.
Based on the times that you enter. So, and it actually, you can actually program your truck in there. So if you have a box truck, or if you have a full 53-foot truck, or 53-foot trailer, that kind of thing. So you can actually program the style of truck that you have. And then every state has a DOT website. Some of them have apps, and then depending on the state, there's different information that you can get off of the apps. There's different weather apps, but definitely take advantage of the weather radars. Pay attention to your radar. I mean, if the storm is not looking good, is it really worth? I mean, both of these trucks were literally flipped. One was in the ditch in the median, and one was in the ditch on the side. And, you know, they lost their load, or they at least lost their trailer and their truck. Is it really worth it? I'm sorry, but if you're pushing that hard, then maybe you need to be working for a different company. If you have to push that hard to get your load there because the money isn't good, I don't know. If it's the only job that you can get, then that's a different story. Look at that view. I'm a river person. I kind of like to look at the rivers. Anyway, sorry. No load is worth your life. I agree. But anyway, so I guess these are things that I'm learning while I'm out here, but it's also things that, you know, at home I used to think about this stuff too, and you know, even if you're driving, this stuff affects us at home too. And if you're driving and you can't see this stuff, you can't look at this stuff, utilize the people at home. You know, if you have a kid that loves the internet and they're old enough to help you look at this stuff, take advantage of that. If they're in middle school, high school, take advantage of their willingness to get on the internet and help you out. Yeah, get them an atlas. Help them learn geography. Help them learn how to read a map. What a skill. Help them, you know, look at where you're going and all that kind of stuff. I mean, utilize the resources that you have, which includes your family, and you know, the people that love you, that are at home. If you utilize your family, then that's going to actually draw you closer together, even if you're miles apart. And even if you're miles apart, if you're struggling in your relationship, that actually might be a way to help you improve your relationship by working together on things like that, you know. It always helped us when he would call me and say, hey, can you help me with this? Or, hey, can you look at this for me? That kind of stuff. It actually helps sometimes. had a video, but I'm going to redo it. So, yeah. All right. See you on the flip.